Welcome everyone, today we have a new Diablo 4 news digest. In this video, we'll look into some of the relevant update and also new information from the Diablo official website. There's a lot of new leaks and also interesting teasers with a lot of different months and also different legendaries. We'll also have a look at some of the latest developers notes and also what is relevant to the current game. So in this video, we'll go through 3 massive news with the new information with different months. There's 17 types of new months. We'll be looking into some of the official teased uniques into more details, including the Death Blow, the Fireball, and also the Shred with Druid. So the 3 classes that was teased with different uniques. Finally, we'll also look into one of the upcoming live Diablo event with KFC, and this will be happening on the 19th of May. Now, as you guys can see behind me, all of our notes will be posted on the new Diablo 4 website I have dedicated for Diablo 4 guides. And if you guys want to see the relative links to the official news that is available, I'll have the links I've provided for you guys in the article as well. So make sure you check the description below for the latest articles and also my notes for the video. Now, the first information we have is going to be quite interesting. So the first one is the developers have officially announced that the mounts will be unlocked through a quest line. So this is actually quite straightforward. We know in beta we couldn't get the mounts, but a lot of players have actually registered of getting some of the ghostly mounts and also other mounts from the treasure goblin and also the stronghold random events. So there are ways to get the mounts even in the beta. So if you guys want to try out getting some of the mounts, even though we can't use them, you can try to get those mounts from those particular sources. Now do keep in mind guys, the rarity of the drop is actually very rare. It's probably as rare as getting a unique from those monsters. Now if we look at the developers notes, you can see that there will also be mounts and also there will be trophies onto the mounts. And one of the mounts that can be earned is going to be Ashhava, one of the world bosses with the server slam. So those will also transform the mounts. So if we come over here to the latest Twitter post, you can see that they actually released a teaser clip of a lot of months. They ask you to click and stop to see which of the months will be right for you. And if we look closely, there's actually 17 of those. So coming back to our post, you can see the poster list of different months of their visual colors. Now it is a little harder to see those simply because it's a 17 of those, right? So what I did was I did find a post from Warhead over here, and they actually revealed the 17 months into more details. So if you do want, come over to Warhead and have a look at the details of those months. Those looks pretty interesting, and this one looks like a giraffe. So if you guys are interested, definitely come over here and to see which one of the official leaked new months you'll be trying to get, and we'll look into the sources of getting those months. I believe this one's the ghostly month. So if we come back over here, one of the ghostly month is droppable from the treasure goblin, and I do think one more is also droppable from the first region's event. So this will be the stronghold event for the level 25 event. Now coming over to a second piece of official information. So this one was just posted by Diablo, the official Twitter as well, revealing 3 of the special unique items for different classes. So coming over to our summary notes. The first unique is going to be a unique mace. And now a small correction over here. It is possible this is a 2-handed unique mace. If you look at the pictures, he's holding this with 2 hands, right? So just a small correction over here. Now this particular unique allows Death Blow to create a shockwave, which is likely going to do AoE damage to monsters for 16 up to 309 damage. And if this shockwave kills a monster, this will reset the Death Blow CD. Now over here, I do want to look at those teased uniques into more details. So if we have a look at the skills for Death Blow, you can see that this does tremendous damage in front of the Barbarian. And if this kills a monster, this will reset the cooldown. So the inbuild of the uniques will allow the additional shockwave to reset the cooldown as well for this particular spell. Now this spell does have a 15-second cooldown. So if we come over to the skill build over here for the Barbarian, usually for the Barbarians, if you're going for the Whirlwind build or if you're going for the Rend build, you may be a little short on damage in terms of burst damage. And this is when Death Blow, which is allocated over here for Weapon Mastery, can be very good. Death Blow also allows you to do another 100% damage to bosses. And with upgrades, if Death Blow damage enemies, you gain 20 Fury. And here if Death Blow damages enemies, you gain Berserk. So this is a very flexible skill, and I will even be using Death Blow if I'm going for the Thorn Barbarian. So if I'm going for the Thorn Barbarian over here, Death Blow is really good for the single target. So ideally, this particular unique mace will be very interesting to be adding more damage to the Barbarian for most of the builds if you're going for Death Blow. Now the second unique item that was officially teased and also kind of leaked will be the unique axe for the Druid. So if we come over here to the pictures, let's have a look at this one, right? So this is going to be the unique axe for the Druid. Now as for the Druid, I'm not sure if the axe is going to be a two-hand axe or one-hand axe, because this will affect a lot in terms of builds for the character. If this is a one-hand axe, well, I don't know if the Druid can dual wield, so it is probably a two-hand axe. Let me know what you guys think. So for this particular unique, the Druid will gain 2 seconds of stealth upon killing an enemy with Shred. And then if you break out of this stealth, this is a typo, right? This is going to be stealth. If you break out of stealth, you will gain 100% critical hits for the next 1 second to 2.5 seconds. So we can see the writing over here. The guarantee will allow us to have a 100% critical chance for the next few seconds. And this can be very good, because if we look at the Shred ability itself, it has multiple instances of triple attacks. So first attack, second attack, and also third attack, which performs and deals increasing damage. What this allows us to do is we can combine a lot of abilities with Shred and deals tremendous damage, which guarantees critical hit. So this way, if we build into critical damage, this can be very beneficial for the Shred build. Now if we come over to the Druid skill tree, you can see that Shred can have abilities to provide additional critical damage with its upgrades. And over here we do have some offensive passives that provide Shred to seek out poison enemies. So it's pretty good to go with poison, and here one of the really good Shred ability is that Shred will deal damage as lightning damage as well to the surrounding enemies. So those are some possible setups for the Shred, but personally I tried Shred into the open beta. It was not that outstanding. So you didn't see me building a Shred build for the Druid. I'm wondering if we have the unique axe, maybe we can build a Shred build for the Druid. So let me know what you guys think about this particular unique axe, and would you try Druid with Shred if you get axe? I think I will though, definitely. Now finally, one of the teased sources unique gloves will be over here, and this will be about fireballs. So this allows fireballs to travel towards the enemy and bounces. Each time the fireball bounces onto enemies and hitting the ground, this will provide explosion. Now the original explosion itself will be reduced by 65 to 75% less damage. So that means you need at least 3 bounces to make up for the damage lost. So if you come over to Fireball for the sources over here, you can see that this is a 40 mana cost spell, and over here you can see that the critical strike damage is increased by the bounces and also hits of the enemies with explosions. So it is possible to build Fireball with this unique, of course. And if we come over here, we can see 2 of the legendary aspects. So the first one is the one we just saw, which is the unique gloves. The second one is gonna be an interesting unique staff, which allows the third half of the fireball to shoot 2 additional projectiles. So you're basically getting 3 fireballs on the third cast. Now from my initial perspective, I do think these particular gloves will be very good to combine with the other unique, right? So we saw the other unique over here, which is the 2-handed staff. So if we combine those 2, this will be amazing mob clear and also farming tool for the sources. Now this won't be great against single target like bosses, but this will be really good against a horde of enemies, and this can be really good for some of the mode of the game. So let me know what you guys think about those uniques, because those were officially revealed and also teased. Even though we have more information over here, I want to give them a highlight and also talk about them into more details for each of the classes. Now coming over to our last piece of the news. So what is happening is there is very likely going to be another KFC promotion event with Diablo 4. So looking at the previous KFC promotion, you will have to buy a burger from KFC with the KFC app to get the early access to the beta. So this was the first promotion. Now what is happening is, right now there is no official information about the collaboration because it is likely to be coming on the 29th of May, so a little ahead of time. But there are some information that was leaked around. It is said the new collaboration with KFC will be providing 5 in-game rewards, which is collected through the KFC app through different purchases. So I'm not sure how important those rewards will be. Maybe it's cosmetic, maybe something minimal. But if it's something big, then we should know, right? And of course guys, I'm not trying to promote KFC over here. I'm just saying that if you're buying KFC and you know about this information on the 29th of May, maybe you can get a little more bonus as you buy KFC. So I saw this particular information from Warhead as well, so I'll show you guys the link over here. So here they were talking about some of the leaked information with the event. I don't want to go into the leaked information too much into details, so if you do want to have a read, you can read it over here. So they do give a little more information, but of course they don't have all the information as well. Now, before we finish, I forgot to mention that there will be a live stream with the developers tomorrow. So in case you guys are wondering, yes, there will be more information that will be coming tomorrow as of the posting of this video. So on the 10th of May, there will be another Diablo 4 developer stream, which will talk about the seasons, cosmetics, and also the battle pass. So if you guys are interested, come over to the article. I have the links available for you guys on Twitch and also on YouTube to be live streaming this one. And the time will be around May 10th on the 11 AM PDT. Now, hopefully you guys are as excited for the Diablo Server Slam and also for the launch of the game. So right after the Server Slam, what I'll do is I'll be looking into a lot of builds for level 1 to level 50. And after that, I'll look into the builds for the Paragon level as well, for most of the builds for each of the characters. So very excited to be coming back to Diablo 4 and also diving into the whole crafting and also theory crafting system. Let us know in the comments below which of the class would you be most interested in, and I'll be looking into more of those builds into more details. Now, if you guys haven't subscribed, it is a really good time to do so, because I'll be covering tons of Diablo 4 related topics and also videos and also guides. We'll be looking into the top meta builds, no-meta builds, leveling up, and also Paragon tricks. We're also looking into the latest events and also official updates, and also changes to different characters and also different builds in the game. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also turn the notification on, because a lot of you who are watching the videos have not subscribed. You can see 80% of the viewers who are watching our videos have not subscribed, so make sure you subscribe to stay tuned for the latest update for Diablo 4.